Hello, it's Pelos, and welcome to what I guess I'll call Road to 99 Slayer, or uh, Road to the Slayer. I'll call it or Road to 99 Slayer. It's probably a better one. Unfortunately, you join me with 40 Turoths to go, which is never a good task. Give me one moment. My mic is clicking quite a lot, and now it should be fine. Anyway. There's a few reasons why I hate Turoths. One, you have to kill them in single combat, which is, of course, terrible. There's no way to cannon them. And number two, dem bots. I was thinking, level 127 bot. Seriously, if you're that committed to botting that you're going to bot Turoths, which I don't know how much money they generate. I don't think it's that much. Why don't you just go get 85 dungeoneering and go kill Frosts? Because, like, seriously, you're level 127 and you're in bot gear. Why don't you just buy a Barrow set? Anyway, and reason number three, and probably the most important one, is this pile of shite. Leaf Bladed Sword. Stats-wise is almost exactly half as good as a Rapier, and is one of the reasons I want to kill myself whenever I have a Turoth task. I don't see why, for like 20 Slayer points, you can't unlock the ability to kill Turoths without a Leaf Bladed Sword. Don't see why that isn't an option, but still. Today, I'm going to talk about the behind the scenes for June, which I completely missed, didn't even know it was there. But the first point is Fish Flingers improvements and bigger fish. Dramatically increase the accessibility. Interesting. Yeah, I don't really care. If any of you watch Castle Wars' videos, youtube.com/omastado, he is the first guy with the trim completion escape, and he has always said that he thought that fish flingers should be a trim completion escape requirement. And the first time I heard him say that, I thought, what's fish flingers? Because I had never heard of it. I had no idea that this thing was in the game, and I've been playing for about 5, nearly 6 years, right? Fair enough. Maybe that's more of a comment about my RuneScape knowledge rather than how good it is in the game, but I had no idea that this thing existed. But I suppose it's good that they're going to make it better. I also think that getting the level 5 tackle box, I think it's called, is going to be a requirement for the completion escape, so good for you. The Crucible Return of Bounty Hunter. Looks interesting. A lot of people wanted Bounty Hunter back after it was removed because they think it's like a more interesting way to PK, because it to a certain extent removes a lot of bullshit, and especially in this whole setting. I think it'd be interesting to see how it goes, because the idea of, because before it was the Bounty Hunter Crater, or Bounty Hunter Worlds, I think it'd be a good idea to, it's basically a new Bounty Hunter Crater, but in a better way. And they also mentioned there was something to do with a okay, here it is. If you have a high ranking within a Crucible game, click the Turoth, you'll have the chance to be temporarily elevated to a status of a Supreme Champion. You'll be rendered invincible for a whole minute and will be given access to a raft of brand new weapons. What a way to describe it, a raft of brand new weapons. Unless it is literally a raft, in which case that is a great way to describe it. Only to be used within the Crucible. So you can go on a mad crazy rampage where you can slaughter anyone in your way. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Oh, here we go. This is a bit. They have the dark powered weapons. Annihilation is the ranged one. No, melee weapon. Melee warriors claiming Annihilation. That'd be the name of the weapon. Rangers wielding Decimation. And mage. Oh, oh, it says that 68 Slayer Spiritual Warriors. I think they're a good task, aren't they? 'Cause you get D-boots. They could be a way to make Slayer reasonably, I say reasonably profitable. 63k to go. Anyway, and the mages wield the Obliteration. I don't really like the idea of people who are winning getting better, because as much as it might seem, yeah, if I'm good at it, I'm going to get all the best rewards, which sounds kind of fair, it means that if you're not very good, you're just going to get completely stumped, because that a guy's going to kill you a certain amount of times or whatever, and then he's going to get this magical sword and he's going to be invincible, then you can't do anything. So I don't really like that idea. I think it'd be interesting because there should be some like massive hits with it and stuff, but still. New combat gloves that can only be worn in the Crucible, which give life point boosts. A lot of people have been saying for a while that there needs to be new items that give life point boosts, because right now it is only the neck sets, I believe, which obviously are reasonably expensive. The Virtus mask is the cheapest, and still that's like 58 mil. So yeah, a lot of people have been saying that there needs to be life point boosting gear, but these are obviously only for use in the Crucible. Combat beta, not a lot of point talking about it right now because it's not going to happen until when was it? The 18th of June is when they open. So I will be doing some coverage of that. But one problem that I'd have with it is they've said that you'll be able to train the old way, like just click and carry on, but then you'll also have access to being able to use all these special abilities, which seem to me like they're saying, do you want to be lazy or do you want to get better XP rates and stuff? And all these stuff that they've put in, they did a behind the scenes video, in case you don't know, about it all, and some of the abilities that they've put in just seem ridiculous, just flat out ridiculous. Like, you turn into a man who is on fire, who can breathe fire on people, and it's just stupid. And I understand what they're trying to do. A lot of the complaints that RuneScape gets is, one, bad graphics, which, as you can see, I don't know about you, but obviously I'm on max settings here, but this looks pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. All the ground details and the armor details. Anyone who says RuneScape's got bad graphics got a bad computer for a start. You put it on max settings, it doesn't even look that bad. And the other complaint that it gets is that you do this, you click and then you step away for a little bit. You can have a cup of tea, you can check your emails, you could go onto another tab and read the behind the scenes. And they're obviously trying to keep it fresh, keep new kind of just completely revamp it. That's the whole point of the rework of combat, is so that people can't say, oh yeah, but all you do is just click and stand there, which is good, I suppose, but a lot of the time when an update comes out that revolutionises something, like a good one is this. Don't remember what I mean by this? Do you remember when this whole tab looked different? Do you remember when you couldn't do that? When that happened, a lot of people were raging, and then 20 weeks later, what did I say 20 weeks? A couple of weeks later, you don't even remember the old one. But I've got a feeling that this update is such a big change to the game that it's going to be like, is it RuneScape 2007? Is that private server? Because that was before they brought in like all that HD stuff. It's going to be one of those things where it's going to split the community, and I'm just hoping that they do it well enough so it doesn't kill the entire game. It should be interesting. That's the level that I have of it. It should be interesting, but whether I think it'll be any good, I'm gonna have to see. Like, they've got like these attacks where you can jump at people, which is like hyper rushing, which is a big thing that PKs complain about. So that probably isn't a particularly wise move. It's like if people were complaining in PVM that Jad was too accurate, in the combat rework, Jad can do an attack that always hits you no matter what. Like, it doesn't seem like a wise move. It doesn't seem like something sensible that they've done, because it's just taking something that people don't like and making it worse. The other stuff where it's like different types of attack, like rather than having combat styles, you'll have an aggressive attack, defensive attack, which will mean your stance will change, and that's all things that will just add an extra diversity level to the game, which I'm all for, because as much as I can do that, I'd much rather be like, because I've started playing Diablo 3, whenever I start playing RuneScape, I instantly put my hand over the 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, because I'm predicting that kind of action bar thing. Brings me on to another point. The whole action bar thing, a lot of people are going, oh, you're just trying to make it like World of Warcraft. You play any MMO made since World of Warcraft, and they all have an action bar of some kind. There are very few that don't. probably 90+% have an action bar. It's as much saying as when a company makes a new car, oh, you're just copying the first car ever made. Well, yes, in the sense it's got wheels and an engine. The action bar isn't copying anyone, it's just using what people are more familiar with. If somebody were to join RuneScape after playing a World of Warcraft or a Diablo or Knights of the Old Republic, no, it's just called the Old Republic, isn't it? They would see it as a simplified version. And as much as obviously in some situations a simplified version is a better version, I think kind of the community of people who play MMORPGs have gone past the point where they want a simplified version. People want this like intricate way of being like, oh, if I can manage my time effectively, I can do more damage. Because right now, the only thing that can make me do more damage is a prayer, a potion, or a special attack. But in a different MMO, I could time different attacks so that when they come off a cooldown, I'm doing maximum damage per second, which is what a lot of people want in their MMOs these days. So the update, like I said, it's either going to be great for the game and everyone's going to love it, or it's going to cut the community in half, or it's going to kill off the game. And nobody wants the game to die, because even if they just rework combat, the rest of the game entirely will be the same. Let's have a look, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 skills. Probably missed something off. 7 skills out of the 25 are actually that's wrong. 6 of those skills are trained in combat, and magic can be trained other ways. So 6 out of 25, which is like a quarter of all the skills, are going to be changed, but all 19 others are going to stay exactly the same. If you're a combat pure, you never leveled your combat at all, combat rework does nothing to you. Unless they completely... Oh, they did mention that on the taskbar you can have skill-related things, which I suppose it's going to be go to the bank, withdraw all the logs, and instead of going like craft longbow, you'll have like a longbow button on the action bar, which is just making the game easy, which some people like, some people don't like. But then again, like I said, there have been updates, hundreds of updates over the years that made the game, in air quotes, easier, and the game hasn't really suffered for them. So, like I said, if you're a skiller, the whole combat rework isn't going to change your opinion. But for people who do PKing or PVM, this could be a big thing, because how is it going to work in bossing? We just don't know. When you're fighting next, is it going to be that you have to figure out the most efficient way to manage your different types of attacks? Like I said, we just don't know. And I've got 6 more Turoths to go, so I'll try to think of something to say while I kill these last 6. In terms of the road to 99 Slayer, a lot of people have been saying I'll keep a Slayer tab, and initially I was going to keep a Slayer tab per level and sell it, but that was when my bank was full of just random stuff, and I cleared it out recently. So now I'm going to keep a Slayer tab, but if it ever gets to the point where I'm having to drop other things in my bank to allow space for the Slayer tab, then I'm going to sell it. But right now I've got a rune full helm, I believe, some rune javelins, some adamant bolts, because I had an Iron Dragon task yesterday. I only did like 2 tasks yesterday because I've been playing, because obviously, like I've said a fair few times, this computer is completely overpowered. I can't think of a different way to say that. I'm going to have to say overpowered, over-spec'd, I suppose, for RuneScape, which I still find funny because RuneScape runs at like a 50 when every other game runs at like over 100. It's just, I just find that funny that RuneScape is arbitrarily capped at 50 when for a game... What am I being attacked by? For a game of its kind of how demanding it is, it shouldn't be capped at 50. But I've been playing a lot of other games, so yesterday I'd do a task, and then especially when I saw that I had Turoths, I just thought, right, I'm going off. Right, 25 tasks in a row, blah 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 blah. Let's go find out what my next task is, and then I'll probably end the video there. I'll leave you in suspense Will he do the task? Will he won't? Will he won't? Will he do the task? Will he not? Oh, walk a moment your pin comes up. Right, so we need one of those, one, yep, and then we can do NPC contact. Like I said, I'm using Simona because Turoths tasks are like kill a load of water fiends, and I just prefer to do easier tasks for more of them. Don't know if you can hear that, I'm just spamming the spacebar. Need another assignment. If you give me a bad assignment, Hellhounds. I don't think they're a bad assignment. I know that I've got something to do with dungeoneering, like a Cavalry Slayer dungeon. Rewards. Oh, is that Terror Dogs? Cavalry. Okay, that could be an interesting task. But anyway, if you like the video, please do give it a like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.